What is up, y'all? This is Two Jersey Kids. I am one of your hosts, Adam Buckingham, alongside my good friend, the best stick handler in the video game business, Gary Seisel. What is up, Gary?
Yo, what's happening?
Just how you doing this Tuesday?
Doing all right. I actually went back to the gym today, so I'm kind of
pumping that iron.
I'm mellowed out a little bit more than I usually am. Well, maybe if that's even possible.
You wasted
yeah.
all your energy. Now you don't have anything to give to the kids out there that are listening
believe
to us.
me, I have reserves saved for this podcast.
What a fucking slacker. But what have you been up to besides that?
Well, very interesting you ask, actually. Thanks to your genius, we secured a review copy of The Flame and the Flood. So I've been playing through that game, trying to beat the campaign, which has been a lot harder than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting the difficulty to be ratcheted up on me, even on the easier setting. So I've been getting through that game. I know we talked about before, but we're going to be doing a special episode later this week.
Stay tuned
reviewing
on
the
Twitter.
Game. Yeah, so I'm really excited to talk about the game. It's been a mostly positive experience. There's been some roadblocks, which I've told you about, which we'll mention later on. But overall, very positive experience and a great game.
Well,
so,
yeah, I've been
what have you been up to?
Just playing some Hearthstone, Final Fantasy 15. Took Gary long enough to finally ask that question as I was talking. Thank you, Gary. But that's all I've been really playing. This weekend, I didn't really play too much, maybe a little bit. Actually, I didn't play much on Sunday because I wasn't feeling too hot. Maybe I'll play some more today. But I know I'm looking forward to next week, I believe. No, it's 2 weeks from now. Neo is coming out, which is like the Samurai Dark Souls, which looks pretty sick. And then Horizon's coming out at the end of the month. So I kind of have to finish Final Fantasy 15 sometime soon if I want to play those games in the future and not have like a backlog of everything and be a shitty gamer and not play games. But we are Two Jersey Kids. We release 2 episodes each week. This, coming to your ear holes right now, is the Tuesday episode where me and Gary break down the games releasing this week, and then at the end, give you our picks for what we are interested in, so you can look at it more, and maybe that'll help you decide on what game to get if you're going to get a game this week. Gary, do you think people listen to our opinions, or do they just say, I don't care?
Well, if you don't, you've made a grave mistake.
Agreed. But yeah, you can follow the podcast at Two Jersey Kids. Please, if you're a new listener, please hit that subscribe button. If you're a continued listener and you like the podcast, please share it with your friends and also give us a rating on that podcast service that you use. Especially iTunes would be very grateful to us because it helps out a lot. Gary, shall we get into the games?
Do it.
This week in gaming, the week of January 23rd to the 29th, starting off on Tuesday, the 24th, starting off right off the bat, we have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Fear and isolation seep through the walls of an abandoned southern farmhouse. This marks a new beginning for survival horror with the isolated view of the visceral new first-person perspective. Powered by the RE engine, horror reaches incredible heights of immersion as players enter a terrifying new world of fear as they fight to survive. And I've been hearing pretty good things about this game so far. A lot of people have been liking it, returning to the Resident Evil roots.
I was actually looking at YouTube at the trailer, and some of the comments, like I know some people were maybe a little skeptical of like the fact that there was it looked like a bunch of mutant people running around, and there's kind of like cheap scares, I guess. But one of the comments was actually saying that he or she was very satisfied with the story in the game, and they're near the end of the game now. So,
the game looks really beautiful for a immersive horror experience. It looks very beautiful, and kind of you can see all the aspects of the terrifying, people that are chasing you.
Strangely enough, I just mentioned the comment there that the person was satisfied with the game. Is this game released early access? Is that a possibility? Because
I don't know. They may have gotten it early and played it.
It's possible. Yeah, maybe so.
All right, moving on. Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Wow, that's a title. Coming to PS4, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue continues 3 magical experiences. A full HD remaster of Dream Drop Distance, a new HD movie that tells the mysterious story of the foretellers, and a brand new episode that links into Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, more Kingdom Hearts. All right. Moving on, Tales of Berseria coming to PS4. Yeah, this is this Tuesday, because there's also one later on for PC, so it's going to be the same description. But A tale of emotion versus reason in Tales of Mysteria, players embark on a journey of self-discovery as they assume the role of Velvet, a young woman whose once kind demeanor has been replaced and overcome with a festering anger. Jesus, people keep bugging me. A young woman whose once kind demeanor has been replaced and overcome with a festering anger and hatred after a traumatic experience 3 years prior.
I feel like a lot of these games we've been picking, like especially, I guess it's because this one is also on PC coming out, but it seemed like just a lot more like Japanese titles, or at least like Japanese-esque titles coming out this week. But that's just me personally.
That's just you personally. Keep reading, Gary. You're next. You got the next 3. Go.
Moving on. So moving on to Yakuza 0. The glitz, glamour, and unbridled decadence of the 80s are back in Yakuza 0. Fight like hell through Tokyo and Osaka with protagonist Kazuma Kiryu and series regular Goro Mashima. Play as Kazuma Kiryu and discover how he finds himself in a world of trouble when a simple debt collection goes wrong and his mark winds up murdered. Then step into the shoes of Goro Majima and explore his normal life as the proprietor of a cabaret club. Now, this game, as I mentioned, looked really interesting. From the gameplay I watched, he goes from beating a person with a baseball bat to dancing on a dance floor and like a sort of like a Dance Dance Revolution type mini game, and then also singing in a karaoke bar. So
and then slam somebody's dude's head into a wall and killing him, basically. Yeah,
so it's a lot of variety in this game.
Yakuza series has been around for a while. And I know people people do enjoy this series. So I guess if you're excited, here you go. It's releasing this week, Yakuza 0.
Moving on to Motor Racer 4 coming out to PS4. I believe this is only a U.S. release, given the fact that it says U.S. next to it. So anyway, in a world where freestyle and risk-taking dominate, impose your riding style all around the world. Impress your opponents and win races with class. Motor Racer 4 is a racing game you can play on asphalt or dirt in single or multiplayer mode with up to 10 players. Master drifting, wheelies, sharp turns, and other techniques to earn a place on the podium. So typical racing game for what I'm seeing. Adam, do you have anything to say about it?
Nope.
Alrighty then.
Arcade racing. There you go.
He isn't a racing fan, apparently. Moving on to The Sims 4 Vampires, coming out to Mac and PC. Your vampire sims will have great options to increase their vampire rank, including dueling, reading vampire lore, and being mentioned by other vampires. Mentored by other vampires. Increasing their vampire rank unlocks an assortment of unique supernatural powers. Mutate into a bat to travel, control Sim's mind, slip into the darkness, wield vampiric strength, and more. But take heed, with every up comes a down, and as powers are unlocked, you must also choose weaknesses to maintain balance. Now, keep in mind, this isn't actually the real summary of the game. It was something I found on thesims.com. So I was just going to say, I played The Sims back in the day, and it has a special place in my heart. The original Sims games were masterpieces in my mind, and I like The Sims 2, and I played a little bit of The Sims 3, but I don't know. I appreciated The Sims more when they had more of a, going on vacation was one of the expansions, or buying a pet, or, trying to become a superstar. I just feel like this whole vampire thing is a little out there for me, but maybe people like it. Maybe it's great. But what do I know? Anyway.
What do you know? Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played a Sims game. I do remember enjoying it. But I like really just getting the unlimited cheat codes to have as much money as you can and just build a gigantic ass house. Just put a shit ton of stuff in there, and then your sim is never happy because for some reason you build it too large, so they can't get to the kitchen fast enough to eat food. It's such a pain.
You're building a skyscraper house? How many floors did you have?
Moving on.
Okay.
Ingemeris, the Ghosts of Maple Creek, PS4. Coming to PS4. Imagine waking up after a powerful storm as the sun goes down. You find yourself just outside a small town on the side of the road. A shiver runs down your spine as your body remembers the recent dramatic events that your mind cannot or will not recall. Will you dare to solve the ages-old mystery of Maple Creek? Now, it's actually pretty positive reviews I'm seeing on Steam, and there's this long, well-written one on Steam if you guys are interested in this game. I'm going to read it out for you. It's from Vic equals HIK on Steam. The first, how do you say that? Is it
Enigmatis.
Enigmatics. Yeah. And in this game, you wake up in a town without any recent memory. You just know that you were there to solve a disappearance. But the more you are learning about Maple Creek, the more you'll understand that the Reverend is behind something monstrous. The story is well written as usual and is using a feature used rarely in the genre. Amnesia about the case, meaning that you'll investigate everything again, though there are now more obstacles. Maple Creek got some damage due to a storm. The residents are going to the church with a bell that doesn't end to ring. Your own car has an accident, and now Hamilton... What the fuck am I reading? I thought this was well written, and now I'm reading it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Was I just delirious when I was copying this?
I think so.
The gameplay is pretty quiet. Quite the standard one. Find items, use them to reveal new paths or puzzles, clear hidden object scenes. However, I can tell that the game is an old one. And Dealey, do you have a lot of hidden objects? Blah, 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 blah. You know the drift. Let's move on. Oh, man.
Thank the
really
Lord.
Let me down. I thought it was good, well written. But I was reading it quickly, I guess, and I fucked up. I'm sorry, I let you all down. Move on! Hunter's Legacy coming to PS4. Hunter's Legacy is an old-school 2D single-player Metroidvania platformer where you control Iki, a fierce kitty skilled with twin swords and a bow. Better known as the great huntress of Unamak, Iki will use different mechanics like wall climbing, gliding through the air, and changing her body temperature to traverse puzzles and complete her quests. This game looked pretty cool, and I liked the trailer because it showed kittens looking back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy a little bit, but yeah, whatever.
Kittens creep you out, Gary? Do you have a thing against kittens?
I don't have anything against cats, but it was a strange addition to the trailer. I was not expecting it, but
Moving on,
to each their
Lethal
own.
League coming to PS4. Lethal League is a competitive projectile fighting game where you have to hit an anti-gravity ball into the face of your opponent to win. The ball speeds up with every strike, up to explosive extreme velocities. Play locally or battle it out online. I don't know have you seen YouTubers play this game? This game looks really cool.
Yeah, I saw actually a little video. I guess it was like people like 4 people fighting at once, kind of like Super Mario Smash Brothers. That's what it reminded me of, because that's the only game I played like that in my experience. So
I know people playing this game have really enjoyed the party aspect to it. I don't know how well it'll be online because it's all about timing, and if you have a crappy connection, you could get effed up.
All right, I think it's my turn here. So we're going to Pineview Drive, coming out to PS4. An old abandoned mansion lies at the dead end of Pineview Drive. A troubled man is standing at its gates looking over the property. 20 years ago, he had visited this estate with his wife, Linda. During their stay, his beloved vanished without a trace, her mysterious disappearance unresolved. Cross the threshold and confront the evil that envelopes this cryptic cottage. Now, we found the trailer, and it was pretty fucking terrible, if I may be blunt
awful.
with all you.
Pretty awful, to say the least.
My colleague here, Adam, found a comment on YouTube. It was by Will Davies, and he says, "I think I'd rather have Gary Glitter shit in my mouth from a hot air balloon than watch this again." And of course, sadly enough, I agree with this guy, because it's just a bunch of shaky camera. The guy's like all over the place. There's a woman in the video occasionally. It's really a bizarre trailer. That
Gary
shows you nothing
Glitter
about
is an
the game.
actual person?
Hmm?
Do you know Gary Glitter is an actual person?
Yeah.
I never knew that. Who knew?
Who the
Learning
hell-
something every day.
What do you think? He's just making up some random made-up guy?
Yeah. Apparently, it's Paul Francis Gadd, born May 8th, 1944, known by stage name Gary Glitter, is a English former glam rock singer-songwriter and musician who achieved great popularity and success between 1970s and mid-80s. Oh, my God. This guy,
the more
but then
you
it
know
gets
here,
like
folks.
really weird. From 1997, he returned to public notice for committing sexual offenses, being imprisoned for possession of child pornography. Oh, that's gross. In 1999, and child abuse and attempted. I shouldn't be laughing. And sexual abuse and attempted rape in 2006 and 2015. Good question is, how was he acquitted in between those times that he was allowed to be out in 2015? That seems messed up. He should. Those people should be fucking stayed in jail. Let's be real.
He seems like a charming guy. Anyway, let's
douche.
move on from this very
Sorry, I just never knew
perverse
there was an actual
subject.
person named Gary Glitter, and then it took a very drastic, horrible turn.
kind of like that trailer did. All right, moving on to Subterrane, coming out to PS4 and Xbox One. In Subterrane, you'll fill the shoes of Dr. West, the apparent lone survivor of MPO. An underground city on Mars. Do what you must do to survive. Battle enemies, fight hunger and thirst, mend your wounds, and gather resources in a constant struggle to survive the catastrophe that beset Mars.
This game actually looks really good. So somebody on Steam, because it was mostly positive, wrote, "The Vigilantes Get Out of My City," wrote this on Steam. The game revolves around managing gradual infestation of Mars with your typical zombie party, keeping a reactor at the heart of the colony running so you can take a tram out to explore other sectors and recover the bips and baps you need to fly a shuttle off the planet. The longer you take, the more dangerous the world around you becomes, and the stronger the enemies you'll face. Resources are fairly plentiful, but don't respawn. Meaning, once you clear a place out, you'll have to move on to another. Crafting can be a little tedious, given everything is largely time-based, and gated behind upgrading your machines to a point you can harvest, refine, and combine materials that you need, with everything being tiered, and you have to run back and forth between machines constantly to keep them busy. Fortunately, you can set up queues and increase the size of production batches so you can spend more time away from the machines without losing productivity, and upgrading them increases queue sizes. Largely, it's been an enjoyable romp, with some unexpected tension from lingering too long where my thermals and oxygens ran the risk of running out, or having to make a panic dash to the restroom I passed 5 minutes ago through the damn spiders remain a point of constant annoyance. He rates it, would recommend out of 10. This game actually looked really cool. Over-the-top survival game.
Yeah, very, very old school.
I think I may tweet at the developers. Hopefully
hey,
a review copy. Hey,
you're in the area. Just trying to get another review copy here.
Yeah, maybe that would be nice.
You just got to ask sometimes, like we've seen. Anyway, moving on to this. A game I found particularly interesting on this list is the Turing Test, coming out to PS4. The Turing Test is a challenging first-person puzzle game set on Jupiter's moon, Europa. You are Ava Turing, an engineer for the International Space Agency, ISA, sent to discover the cause behind the disappearance of the ground crew stationed there. Upon arrival, a series of puzzles awaits you. These puzzles have apparently been set by the missing ground crew, but why they have created them, or why have they created them, and what are they hiding from? Now, unfortunately, I saw somebody. I know you found a comment online here saying that they weren't necessarily blown away by the game, but it's still pretty quality nonetheless. I like the sci-fi vibe in the game, and the whole you're kind of deserted. It's kind of a desolate atmosphere. You have your robot friend kind of telling you or communicating with you, kind of being your guide. I just thought it was kind of a cool game just by the trailer. In the gameplay.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be in the vein of those Portal games, like puzzle platformer, sci-fi setting. It looks it looks really cool. I like the look of it. It looks very beautiful. So I definitely would love to check it out. Pretty good games this week, not gonna lie.
Indeed.
Am I next?
Yeah, take the wheel. Wednesday,
January 25th. Firefighter 2017. The Simulation is released. Buildings ablaze, people screaming, and flames shooting several feet high. Welcome to the Professional Fire Brigade. You and your team will experience the exciting work of the Professional Fire Brigade, surviving realistic missions where you extinguish house fires, salvage and neutralize extremely toxic and hazardous substances, and accomplish many other fascinating tasks. What fascinating tasks do you think you'll be accomplishing in this, Gary?
Saving cats.
Oh,
from burning buildings, children, possibly. Now, this game, I have to be honest. When I saw it, I kind of was just like, "What?" But I mean, maybe it's good. Maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. Kind of just strange premise for a game.
That's for sure. Moving on, the For Honor closed beta is coming out on Thursday, January 26th. Coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One, carve a path of destruction through the battlefield of For Honor, a brand new game developed by the renowned Ubisoft Montreal Studios. So the closed beta for Honor is coming out. So if you were lucky enough to get into that closed beta, check it out. This game looks really cool. I still want to play it. Still haven't got a chance to play it. And it's actually, I think, going to be released later this year, too. Shit, more games in February. February and March are, like, jam-packed with games.
I kind of wish I could have gotten more of a better description of the game, but they really didn't have any online, I guess, because it's more of, like, they're not really a released game yet, so. But it looks really awesome, though. All the
Faction,
different
two sides
fighters.
Battling out, dueling mechanic of choosing which side to attack and defend. Really cool stuff. Moving on, Arcade Archives Neo Geo World Heroes coming to PS4. World Heroes is a fighting game that was originally released by SNK in 1992. 8 characters based on historical figures such as Hattori Hanzo and Rasputin will fight each other to become the world's strongest champion. In addition to normal mode, a deathmatch mode featuring various stages full of traps awaits you for merciless battles. I read 3. Oh, you, Gary! Read the next one. I know you want to.
It's the best game on the list. Candy Please, coming out to 3DS. Halloween. A time to dress up, carve pumpkins, and amass glorious amounts of candy. In order to collect through enough candy, once around the neighborhood just won't do. You're going to need several different costumes to pull it off. Let nothing stop you from getting your fair share and more. Now, some of the things you can do in this game: classic adventure game fun, explore a lighthearted interactive world and solve puzzles, search your house and the neighborhood for what you need to make costumes, carve your own pumpkin, go trick-or-treating and collect that sweet, sweet candy. It's another great, amazing description from Nintendo's website. Always satisfying.
I have a question.
What's up?
I have a question. Why wasn't this released around Halloween time? Why the fuck is it released now in January?
Yeah.
Seems off.
Yes.
I think I have a good idea to make this more interesting in the future. We just get absolutely plastered before doing this, so we have even more of a struggle reading this, and, we'll just give our honest opinions being completely drunk.
You know what the thing is? Whenever I work, I swear to God, whenever I work out or have any sort of physical activity, afterwards I have such a hard time, just focusing. It's the craziest thing. I just burn so much energy.
It's like you're tired or something from working out, because that's a crazy idea.
Yeah, but it's even more than tired. I'm like, just, I don't know.
Suck it up,
Whatever.
Gary.
It doesn't matter. Going on to Friday. Thank God it's Friday, January 27th. Once again, Tales of Berseria coming out to PC, a tale of emotion versus reason. We already heard this whole summary, so I'm not going to read it again because it's kind of pointless. Moving on to
I know a lot of people do. Hold on, Gary, don't go!
Okay.
I know a lot of people do like the Tales games, and this game, I think, falls in line with it. Looks like a cool action RPG. That's all I have to say.
Moving on, officially. Earthlock is the last one on the entire list here. Earthlock, Festival of Magic coming out to PS4. Embark on a journey to save the beautiful world of Umbra, a harsh plant that stopped spinning thousands of cycles ago. What started as a mission to rescue Eamon's uncle from the clutches of an ancient cult soon spirals into an adventure centuries in the making. You must bring together this group of unlikely heroes to stop the ruinous past from repeating itself. I don't know why I can't. Well, I already explained why I can't read these damn summaries tonight. Whatever. Game looks pretty cool, though. I will say that. Got something to say here, Adam? You look eager.
This game does kind of look really cool. I meant to grab something off Steam, but I forgot to. But it looks like it's in old 90s style RPG setting, grinding, leveling up your characters, your party. It seems pretty cool. I like the art style. Looks real cool. Looks real cool.
I will say this. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting like this vibe tonight in these games. It's all like very much like Japanese theme games. It's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like delirious again, but it just seems that way. Whatever.
Is this even developed by a Japanese studio?
Probably not.
You're probably just making shit up, Gary.
I'm delirious.
You've said that like 15 times now, Gary.
Yeah,
15?
I'm not sure if it's 15. Maybe three times.
Snow Castle Games developed this. Now let's see. Where is this located?
You gotta do this? You gotta do this, right?
Yeah, I gotta do it. Norwegian company.
They're still
Completely
Japanese.
off, you dumbass.
It's a Norwegian company founded by Japanese people. That's what it probably is.
Gary, we read through all of the games that are releasing this week from the week of January 23rd all the way to the 29th on Sunday. Sunday. That's Sunday. Yeah, that's Sunday. So, out of all these games, you know what? I'm going to pick first because you steal the one that I want to pick every fucking time. So, you know what? Maybe I have a chance to steal it. So, this is where we pick the games that we find really fascinating and would like to look more into. And we highly suggest, because of just our preferences, that you'd want to go along with us to be, conform to our... I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But the game that interests me the most out of all we've read and all we've seen is that Turing Test one. The Turing Test on PS4. It looks Ooh, sorry, I definitely know that I stole Gary's. But it looks really cool. I like the sci-fi aspect, the puzzle platforming, and it seems like from what I'm hearing, it's like a very short game. That's kind of the game I kind of want right now. Something, because I already have the Final Fantasy 15, which has taken me forever to finally beat because of so many side quests. So I like to have like a little afterwards, a little tiny game to keep, So I just roll right through it, and it looks beautiful. I just like the atmosphere. It looks gorgeous. Sci-fi puzzle platformer, kind of like Portal. Sign me up, Gary. What do you choose?
Well, I was going to choose Turing Test, but I'll go in a different direction.
That's what you get, man. Always stealing my shit.
Well, I'm actually prepared to, take a second opinion. That's the only difference. Here we go. Going on to For Honor.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I am dead right now. I am down. Oh, he shot me. Oh, God.
Torched.
God.
Yeah, he's dead. All right, so I'm choosing For Honor because, frankly, it looks pretty cool. You got all the different fighters, different attributes. And, you got different faction warfare. Just looks really cool to me. Something I may pick up in the future. Unfortunately, I think you can still register, actually, for the closed beta, but I'm not entirely sure. I know you could yesterday, and I didn't. I don't know why. I regret it.
So I don't think I'm going to get it, though.
Yeah,
I actually registered a while ago because it said that I already registered, but I haven't heard it back, so...
Yeah, so eventually I'll be picking up this game and fighting some guy one-on-one and messaging him afterwards and telling him how much he sucks.
That is a game we can finally play together. For the love of God.
Haven't we said this all along? Like Elder Scrolls and everything else?
Yes. I need to get back to Elder Scrolls too because I've been enjoying it. Well, that's neither here or there. Gary, that's the end of the Tuesday episode where we, do the breakdown. You've already heard that, what I said. So... before we go, have anything planned for the rest of this week up until the Friday episode?
Well, like we said in the beginning of the episode, stick around. We'll be releasing a special review episode for The Flame and the Flood. It's our first ever real review, I guess, because we got the review copy of the game. I'm really excited about that. So just keep, stay tuned. We'll be having a good time with that sometime during this week before the Friday episode releases. So hell yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Probably just playing some more Final Fantasy 15. Who knows? Maybe I'll bug some people on Twitter to give us review copies. Maybe that'll work out again. I don't know. The Turing Test looks real good. But this has been Two Jersey Kids. We love you all. Please remember to follow us on Twitter at Two Jersey Kids. Easy enough. You can then go to twojerseykids.com and actually see the list that we read off of right here, and then we also provide the gameplay links that we have seen, so you can see the shitstorm that was Pineview Drive's trailer, and why that guy would rather have that douchebag shit in his mouth. But yeah,
worst trailer ever.
Well, this has been Two Jersey Kids. Again, please hit that subscribe button. Please review us on the podcast app service that you use, especially iTunes. That would help us out greatly. But until Friday, Gary, say bye.
Peace out.
Until Friday,
peace.
Keep playing those games. We love you all. Peace out. Bye.